No movement detected.
That's good news.
I think it's time. I can't keep staying here.
Alright, bro, keep it down.
I'm beginning to lose it. I need to leave.
That thing's gonna know where you are, bro. Shut up.
I need to be careful. I can do this.
Alright.
I can do this.
Yeah, open the door.
I can do this. Okay. I've got everything I need.
Bro, open the damn... Shut up. Open the door.
It's time to go.
Open the... Oh! Shit. I knew it was coming. I knew. But it was so close. I think I went too far with this one, folks. The reason I started off with dinosaur analog horror instead of the usual hardcore stuff is because I'm not really built for these sort of videos. I'm not afraid to admit that if I see a shadow or something looks out of place, I tend to overthink. I think it's something you develop over time, like you get used to it. Those horror channels cover stuff like this almost every day, so they won't really be affected by it. But usually when I'm writing my scripts or recording, it's at night, between 6 or 11 PM, and I'm alone a lot of the times in the apartment when my cousin is out at the night shift. So after reviewing this video and then not being able to tell if a certain sound is the AC vents or something else puts me on edge. The video in question is another one from Darian Quilloy. I hope I don't say this wrong. And it's found footage of the Elder Mimic. If you're wondering what this unholy abomination is, it's a carny from the series Vita Carnis. This is one of the bunch of flesh creatures. Some are harmless while others, as you're about to find out, would make you sleep with a kitchen knife. If you want to see me cover all of the species in this series, check this video out and check out the creator to see all of the fun footage and lore for yourself. I'll leave his channel in the description. Speaking of description, there's a Discord link down below for you guys to join, to talk about anything dinosaur and probably soon analog horror related as well. There's events too, like art competitions you can enter if you're interested in. And while you're at it, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Would really mean a lot and allow me to continue making videos like this that put my paranoia to the test. This tape starts off with a letter saying that one of the researchers has been missing for 4 months now, ever since he was sent out on a field project. That project was a field one to get more information on the mimics in their natural environment. The researcher in question was Dr. Farron Bronze. When he was alive, he mentioned that mimics in their second stages have advanced hunting strategies, some hiding in clothes and even learning small sentences, while some speak different languages depending on where they come from. However, there is no information on elder mimics. There's been a few blurry images here and there, but that's about it, aside from that one they killed years ago, which made me feel somewhat better, like these things can be killed? If you aren't caught up on what's an elder mimic, it's this mess. Yeah, horrifying, isn't it? For whatever reason, Farron wanted to go out and do research on these things in a remote location. He got approval, but no one else wanted to tag along. Gee, Farron, I wonder why. So he gathered up a bunch of recording tapes and motion sensors to take with him when he was about to be shipped off. Then, just before the organization file ends, we see a blood-stained recorder Farron had with him until the end. During the first few seconds of Farron's tape, we see cameras and motion sensors at the entrances of different rooms. But he, for whatever reason, despite knowing what the weaker mimics are capable of, decided to have his base downstairs in the bathroom with no window or point of escape, except for basically the basement door. In the bathroom, he has made himself a barricade, which is bullshit. I'm sure a person over 200 pounds could bring that down. Like really, a piece of wood? Despite that, he has a pistol, which is better than nothing, and enough water and food to last him for 20 days. That's right, he's going to be alone with no contact from anyone for 20 days in the territory of a suspected mimic. Even if they paid me $1 million, I wasn't going down there unless I had 2 bodyguards. Not so much for protection, but to use as shields while I book it. He also has a system set up inside of the bathroom with lights, so whenever the motion sensors detect movement, they go off.
There are some lights I've set up to light up when one of the motion sensors gets triggered, so I can know which room they are in.
Farron finally does his first audio log for his job. He intentionally made the setup look like he is in the house or hasn't left to attract the creatures, which is crazy work. And there's also a monitor in one of the bathrooms so he could hear what's going on outside. And with that, he goes to bed and wakes up on day 2.
Oh my god, I grabbed this as fast as I could to record. The front entrance light turned on, then moved into the hall. It's day 3, just barely. It's about 2 in the morning. They haven't moved too much.
On day 3, he behaves like a kid who got gifts from Santa Claus because the sensors picked up some movement at the entrance. Big dog, that is a gift from Krampus. Then we get this series of connecting lights that made Farron giddy, but made me close my eyes.
It's looking around. It's going to the second. Oh, never mind.
Apparently they were progressing in different levels towards the doctor's location. He then turns on a monitor to see if he can listen to them, because he thinks it's a group of mimics. But the moment he turns that shit on, they stop. For 4 hours the sensors didn't pick up any movement, which meant that it didn't move in the living room, so he thinks that they were hiding, or it probably isn't even a mimic. So he decides to go outside to confirm if it's a mimic or not.
We're going to do something stupid, okay? I'm going to go and check what happened. I'm going to try and play it safe, going slowly. Okay, here we go. Gun, just in case.
There it is, folks, the hellspawn that was now aware of his exact location. As a matter of fact, it was always aware of where he was, before it even entered the house. To make it worse, it isn't even one or a small group of smaller mimics, it's a full-blown elder mimic. This is when a mimic in its second stage has ate so much people that it transforms into the ultimate predator. Like when I say a lot of people, I mean like a village amount of people. With the fantasy finally wearing off, Farron begins to understand the severity of his current situation and just what's in the house with him. Then we find out that the reason the sensors weren't triggered was because the thing knew it was being watched and crawled for 4 hours very slowly towards the doctor's location so the sensors wouldn't pick it up. With tensions running high, Farron decides to wisely stay put in hopes that the thing will think that he left. Really? You know that there's only one real exit point, and I'm sure if it can figure out that it's being watched by somebody, it could know where the exit is too. Nevertheless, he stays put until day 6 when no movement whatsoever was picked up by the sensors. Still, he decides to play it safe and wait it out some more because he's gonna get picked up in 20 days and has enough rations to last him until then. As he's lying down, he brings up some stuff he heard about the Elder Mimic, including that the cult say that they were the ultimate warriors of God, which is blasphemy. We were made in this image, not that thing.
There's a legend about elder mimics. The cultists worship them. Believe they are God's ultimate warriors, earning their role as the perfect killing machine.
But I think it's clear to see now that Farron is getting very anxious, because on day 9 he pulls his briefcase in front of the door and decides to leave.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. I've got everything I need. Oh, gun in hand. It's time to go.
That scared the crap out of me when I first saw it. I knew there was going to be a jump scare of some sort, but what makes this worse than a normal jump scare is that there's no build up. The moment he opens the door, it's right up in his face, just staring. Rightfully, he screams in lowercase and stumbles back. We then cut to day 11 and it's just poor Farron with his back against the wall shining his flashlight at the bathroom door because he knows it's still out there. He's so terrified that he's afraid to even breathe. He wonders why the thing hasn't come in to kill him because it knows where he is. Which is a fantastic point. The thing knows where he is. It doesn't look like he locked the door, and I'm sure it's massive enough to break down the door. This could indicate something other than just normal predatory behavior. The animals in Vita Carnis behave purely out of the need to survive. It isn't willingly malicious, or at least it isn't supposed to be, because the fact that it just waits at the door's entrance when it could get him at any time is messed up. We even see a sketch he drew off the thing on the ground. In the next recording we hear the thing right outside of the bathroom door. This time it doesn't care about the motion sensors because the light is bright orange.
Please stop. I can't.
It straight up starts playing the voices of people, but it isn't just a word or a small sentence like "come outside." It's replaying the last moments of the previous people it killed. Okay, so while editing this, I saw someone that brought this up. I kinda hear it, but it could also just be what I said previously. But it low-key sounds like it's mimicking Farron as he's panicking. That's messed up. On day 16, Farron has had enough. He's shaken and very understandably paranoid about hearing that thing play the sounds of its last victims or possibly even his own screams. So he decides to just go outside guns a-blazing in hopes of hurting or even killing it so he could escape. But before he can voluntarily do it, the mimic decides it's finally time.
If I go out, guns blazing, I could scare it at least. Or maybe even kill it. Then I just run. run as fast as I can, and I could possibly make it out. Then I... Oh, no.
I have never heard a horror monster scream like that one. It's spine chilling. But this basically confirms it. This mimic could have in fact at any point opened the door if it wanted to. For days it just stood there to play with Farron's head. There was also a comment I read under the original video where someone pointed out that this thing could hear radio waves and it could possibly understand human language. And this honestly would make a lot of sense because in the full documentary all of the Carnis, or at least most of them, can communicate through radio waves or are attracted to it, so it's very likely that this thing could do it too. As for the second part, it could be terrifyingly true too. Elder mimics are the final boss of this species. There are technically two final stages of the mimic, the elder mimic being one morph and the second being a mimic that is almost fully blended into society and looks very human. Growing skin, hair, the full list. But what makes the elder mimic so much worse is that it does not look human, even remotely, so it has to find many other ways to lure and kill its victims. In day 17 realization hits, he should have made a run for it when he had the chance, when it was in pain and distracted. Now the thing is just waiting by him at the stairs confirmed by the sensors, and Farron says that the thing heard him saying he was going to escape, and that's why it did what it did. So yeah, horrifyingly enough, this thing can not just mimic but also understand the meanings of some words and act accordingly. But he still holds up hope that on day 20 the organization will come for him.
Today I'm free. Day 22. They didn't come for me.
They in fact did not come for him, which means he's pretty much cooked. And even though it's possible, I doubt that this is just coincidence where they forgot or probably had a delay. That big company had Farron's missions in the system and knew that he was supposed to be picked up on day 20. Someone just didn't want any information to get out on this thing. I mean, didn't you find it weird that despite them killing one of these things in the past, not much information was known by Dr. Farron about it? I'm sure as a corpse they should have been able to find out a lot more stuff about this thing, including its anatomy. They just didn't want to share it. And what's worse is that I think they were just using Farron as bait to see the behavior of a live one when it's hunting to get more information. Jokes on them though, because that recording would be the only thing they would get, and I'll tell you about that later. The doctor was full on starting to go insane, and rightfully so. On day 28 he couldn't take it anymore. You know, now that I'm watching it back, I realized that my dumbass didn't make a theory on why they didn't pick it up. He literally confirms in the tape that they sent him there to die, but he doesn't know why. My theory still stands though. They needed information of this thing's behavior when it was alive.
I was too dumb to realize. But I haven't figured out. They sent me here to die. I didn't know why, but they did. But I don't think they knew that I would figure it out eventually. I've hid this video recorder so that if they do come, they won't find it.
But the doctor decided to spy them before he went out and tried to hide the camera as he leaves one last audio log. The depressing thing about this is that Farron doesn't even try to survive or make a break for it anymore. He full on starts narrating the thing is going to kill him, and it just, well, play the clip.
Audio log. It's been 28 days. Hope is lost. He waits for me now. He will claim his kill soon, probably. Probably hears me right now. But I know now. I'm ready. I know he knows. This is it. There you are.
We hear the last moments of Farron as the creature breaks bones in his bodies to kill the doctor. Like, that is messed up. They found the camera recorder in the sink but found none of the other recording equipment. That's right, the monitor, gone. The motion sensors and multiple cameras set up across the room, gone, which concludes that at their final stage as an elder mimic morph, these things, or possibly this one specifically, knows what it was being recorded on and took all of it away so there wouldn't be any evidence or videos of it. But it did miss the personal recorder. But then this raises another question. If it knew where the motion sensors and cameras were around the room, why didn't it just destroy them so the doctor couldn't track exactly where it was in the house? I have two possible reasons. The first being that this elder mimic purposely wanted the doctor to know where it was at certain points to psych him out and drive him insane. And two, which is less likely, the cult probably took all of the equipment. Whatever the reason was, the entire interaction was a living hell for Farron up until his final moments. What makes this situation more unique than other mimic encounters is that this elder mimic could have been the same younger one seen in the defense video. A few people pointed this out, and it's true that the door looks exactly the same. So the reason that specific neighborhood is so barren is because that specific mimic may have consumed most of the people in it, which allowed it to turn into an elder. With just how peculiar this specific mimic was, it would make sense because that level of experience or malice definitely comes from something that has killed more than 24 people. Either that or this elder mimic figured out that this is a prime hunting spot when it saw the younger mimics flocking to this location. And lastly, one more thing I'd like to add about this thing. Another reason it didn't kill Farron as quickly as other people, even though it could have at any point, was to study him. This thing is clearly experienced and skilled at hunting humans. I mean, crawling on the floor for hours just not to be picked up by the motion sensors. Come on, man. It wanted to gather as much information from Farron's behavior because he was interesting, and this could boost its effectiveness when hunting others. As we saw, only when Farron fully lost his mind did it finally decide to kill him. There was no more information that could have been collected from the doctor, so his usefulness had expired. At the end of the day, you couldn't really fault Farron. He wasn't initially expecting an elder mimic. I think the chances are like 1 in 100. I'm sure if it was a normal one, he would have been just fine because he studied them a lot. And all of the repeated mistakes he made during different points was due to that situation, which most people would fall for too. Overall, the most terrifying tape I've covered on this channel yet. A POV of someone's final month alive trapped in a bathroom with something that could kill you at any time is terrifying. Amazing work by the creator. You guys should definitely check out his channel for more stuff like this. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to apply for my gun license.
Please.